But like you can call a black guy black.
Yeah.
You can call a brown guy brown, but you cannot call an Asian person the Y color.
That's another conundrum.
That is a conundrum.
Because you could call me Olive all day.
I call you olive, I call you white.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But there's probably a bit here about the colors.
Yeah, for sure.
Something's cooking. Yeah. I'll be like, why do you guys not like the color? I can't even say it. That's how bad it is.
You can't say it.
I can't say it. Well, I can say that
the rug, the flower.
The flower in the rug is yellow. But I cannot say it even in the context of Asian people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
But that's one that I don't think anybody talks about.
I think everyone should just be equally offended all the time.
But I could care less if you call me brown. But I should care is what you're saying?
I think you should care.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird if I was just calling you brown.
Yeah, well, no. If you were just calling me brown to call me brown, that'd be kind of fucked up.
Like Mr. Brown Man.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds offensive.
Hey, brownie.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Brown? Brown boy. Brown boy.
Little brown podcast boy.
Yeah, that's
bunch of brownies walking around, ruin the neighborhood.
Okay, now it's getting a little hurtful.
Right. Just two white guys calling you brown.
Dope.
Thanks, man.
We're rolling.
All right. Well, here we are back again for another episode of Raj Against the Machine. This week we got Chris Tos, or Chris Tos, or
Chris Tos.
Chris Tos. I don't know. We can figure this
That's
out
good.
later.
All are okay.
All are okay. Well, you might have seen him from his clips on Instagram and TikTok. They've gone super viral. Most famous one was probably the taco one. Right?
Oh, yeah. The 40 tacos for the homeless.
The 40 tacos for the homeless one. If you've seen that clip, you know what I'm talking about. And he's got some podcasts out there, the Bro Taco podcast and Close the Door Behind You. And if you haven't seen any of those, you've definitely seen him on stage here in New York City because he's been performing comedy for a very long time. So Chris Tos, thank you so much for being on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, Raj.
Of course. Yeah. What's the good word? What's going on with you?
The good word. Well...
It's the good.
Is it because my name is Chris Tos? I gotta share the good word. Well, okay. So yesterday I was in an Uber, and the Uber driver kept farting.
Oh no!
And lowering the window by an inch every time he farted.
Right.
And then after like 3 seconds, closed the window again. He had done this 3 times in my 30-minute Uber and said nothing.
Wow. But I guess he was courteous. He lowered the window each time.
Yeah, but like still.
I would just leave it down so that you wouldn't know that's what was happening.
Right.
Yeah.
He was almost like lowering it to sync it with the time of his fart.
Oh, It's a noise thing.
It was I felt like it was a noise thing with like, does this guy that smell lingers? I wasn't sure what the vibe was, but I'm so desperate for getting rated 5 stars, I didn't even mention it.
You didn't even say anything.
No, because like, what if he rates me lower?
Right. But did it smell?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, that's how I knew it was a fart for sure.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're like, he's just opening and closing his window.
I was like, is that caramel onions?
So now, do you fart in return to make him feel better so you can continue that 5-star rating?
I wish, but I have celiac disease, so sometimes my farts
could be a shit. Yeah. That is tricky. That is.
So I don't take the chance.
Yeah. That's unfortunate because you can never really gamble a fart.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then if you think about it, then there's no way I'm getting 5 stars.
Well, I mean, you not farting in return might actually be the reason you get 5 stars.
That's what I thought.
Right.
I think he's saying if he shits in the cab,
then you get 0 stars.
Yeah,
then I get 0
You don't get good stars.
But now, what did you rate him? Because he was farting the whole time.
That's how they get you, right? Like the way the apps get you is because they don't want their drivers to be rated low, right? So they take advantage of the fact that people are lazy pieces of garbage. And
that you'll automatically just hit 5 stars?
Right, because if you hit anything other than 5 stars, they're like, well, what was wrong? Like, could you elaborate?
Right.
And then you got to go through 3 other menus versus just 5 stars, leave it alone, no comments, whatever, submit.
Right.
And if I'm taking an Uber, most of the time it's because I'm in a hurry.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But I will say the intensity of the fart might make me go through all these extra steps and leave him the bad start.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think I've rated him yet, actually, now that I think about it.
Right.
I haven't gone through with the...
Should we live rate him right now?
I think we should.
Dude, can we blur his face?
Well, we won't show it, but but I think we should.
Well, his name is MD.
MD.
So, you know, that everyone's
Very-
name is MD. in
Very
Uber.
not doctor-like.
Raj, do you know any MDs?
It's actually my uncle.
Okay, so we're here on Uber.
Oh, you're actually doing it. I was
Yeah,
kidding.
you wanted me to live?
Yeah,
no?
let's live
Fuck
rate
it.
this guy.
Do it.
You don't get to fart for 3 times in 30 minutes.
Okay.
That's too much farting. That's too much. What did he? What did? Could you tell what he ate by the fart?
Dude, I'm scared.
To tell me or?
I'm
think about it?
scared to rate him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he ate. I imagine it was, you know, undercooked. But
What if MD watches this?
My hope is MD watches this.
he's like, he's gonna cry a tear. He's like, I thought we were cool. Okay, I'm doing it.
All right.
Okay. I did it 5 stars.
Why?
I saw the other screen and I just couldn't.
unbelievable.
I couldn't handle
Well,
it.
come on.
I know.
You know what you've done?
I
is
know.
You've
I've perpetuated the problem.
yeah. Now there's going to be another guy out there who has to sit through his farts.
Yeah.
This is.
Now, how do we know he was farting and he didn't just smell like shit?
No, I knew he was farting because overwhelming scent of black ice, right? And then intermittent stops for like smelling like roast beef and cabbage.
No, that's definitely a fart.
Yeah, it was certainly a fart.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I would have 100% been like, what are you doing, man? I've
Would
trapped
you
it.
say, what are you doing?
Yeah,
man?
I would have 100%.
You'd just be like, hey man, let's talk about this.
What's going on?
Just tell him to pull over.
Yeah, just cancel my ride. Give
Dude,
my money back. Yeah.
it's so funny because I threadsed it because I don't tweet.
Okay.
I threadsed it, and this like woman responded with like, "Oh, so you're saying that you just like let this abuse happen and you just sat there and took it? I would have made him pull over and get out of the car." And I was like, "Oh, sorry." I replied with, "Oh, sorry, you're missing the key context here of me being a giant pussy." So,
Yeah, but like, even if you are a giant pussy, what could he have possibly done in return? What would he have? Would it
well,
be like,
he's behind the wheel of the car. What if I just set him over the edge? And he was just like,
this is the day.
"You and me die together, brother."
Just drives off the RFK. Yeah, that's true. That is, yeah, you are taking a risk. But I mean, still, super disrespectful. I would not have been okay with it. Yeah.
But is it disrespectful? Because if you think about it, he was opening the window. Like,
but
so
it was-
he was mindful of the repercussions.
Yeah, but you're trapped in this car. You have nowhere to go. It's like somebody farting in an elevator.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
like,
But what is he supposed to do?
he can't hold it for 30 minutes, drop you off, then fucking fart everywhere he needs to
Have
fart.
you ever tried to hold a fart for 30 minutes?
I
dude?
have.
That's
It's very
insane.
uncomfortable. But I am also a decent human being.
The damage it's done to your body is probably, you don't even know. Like, your doctor's like, yeah, you know, you got about 3 years left to live. Like, I've never seen this sort of methane buildup.
It starts emanating from my body. You know what? I will say, I don't hold farts in front of dudes.
Yeah.
I do hold them in front of pretty ladies. So maybe
Okay.
this guy just didn't want to fuck you.
Well, thank goodness. Because I have a wife.
If anything, I'd be insulted.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't think I'm attractive enough to hold your fart in
That's
for 30
true.
minutes?
It's funny you say the elevator thing because, like, okay, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to be stuck in an elevator, right? Like, you ever been stuck in an elevator even for a few minutes?
Yeah, for a couple minutes.
Okay. How long do you have to, like, if you had to dump, how long is it appropriate to wait in a stuck elevator before you just, like, go in the corner?
Yeah, okay. So I'm thinking if you're in there for about an hour, things are bad. Odds are you're probably not getting out in the next couple of hours. The fire truck's got to come. Things are going to come.
Right.
But I'd say an hour is the threshold.
Right.
Hold it for an hour.
You hold it for an hour.
Yeah, if the hour goes up and you're still stuck in this elevator,
Right.
You shit on that floor.
Yeah, and then they open the elevator at 1 hour and 12 minutes, and they're like, dude, what the hell? You couldn't hold it, man? This is disgusting.
But I'd be like, this was an hour.
Yeah.
It wasn't like 30
Right.
seconds, and I'm like, oh my God, I got to take a shit, you know? Like,
Yeah, but my fear of confrontation and having to explain myself, like if I was there for 4 hours, I would hold it for the maximum amount I could.
Right.
But then no matter what, like there's no amount of time you can do it where like the person that comes and saves you isn't like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, there's no.
well, I would hope if you were stuck in an elevator for 5 hours and the fireman came and he was like,
he's like, dude, I get it.
I get it.
You think they would be that cool about it?
5 hours, I think they'll be pretty cool. An hour, I think they might be like, seriously, bro, come on.
Yeah, but do you think there's like protocol? Like, listen, like the possibility of someone in the elevator having dumped in the corner is at about 90% after 1 hour. So just like don't make anything of it. It's part of your sensitivity training.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
That probably is part of their sensitivity training. They're probably like, if someone takes a shit in there, if someone vomits in there, if somebody has their period in there, you can't say anything.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, you just
Don't say anything.
just fucking grab them, get it all over yourself, get them out of there. It's,
Nah, with my luck, I just have the firefighter like, dude, what the hell?
yeah. 100%.
Dude.
I'd
They
start
like
asking,
turn around. There's like a family of 4 with me.
yeah, they're all huddling in the corner. Like,
I was like, I had to go. That's why I was in the elevator.
yeah.
You got to blame it on one of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's true.
Blame it on the
Like,
kid.
who's that lady?
The lady. Why not the kid? Why would you go for the lady?
Because statistically, the lady would probably be more panicked. You know, I
Statistically, why would you know that information?
Yeah, but then they check the security footage, and it's like I went and I took a dump in the corner, like no questions, no disclaimer, like within the first 6 minutes of being stuck. Because I was like, no matter what, they're gonna say something. I might as well just get out. Why would I be uncomfortable in this elevator?
and then it shows you like going up to the lady and be like, "You shut your fucking." Yeah.
You know when a dog like makes a mistake and you like push his head towards it to be like, no.
I don't know why, but I'm picturing like a 75-year-old Asian woman, and you're just pushing her head in it and like, "You shut your fucking mouth. Why'd you do this?"
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do it to my grandmother-in-law if it was.
If it was an option.
Yeah, she is a 75-year-old Asian woman.
Oh wow.
No, she's 80.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's up there. That's
Yeah.
that's cool. Oh, so it's your wife, girlfriend?
My wife.
Your wife?
Yeah.
She's Asian?
Yeah,
Cool.
she's Asian.
How'd you guys meet?
I met her in Japan.
No way.
Yeah, I used to live there. I worked there.
What'd you do?
That's
in
where
Japan?
you find a lot of them.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, I was working for a massive tech company that wouldn't want me to like say their name. now.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was over there as a salary man. Do you know?
No, what is it?
You ever see those like quintessential like Japanese guy with like a suit and a white shirt? Like it's either like a black suit, navy suit, charcoal suit.
Yeah, I've seen that in Squid Games. The guy,
Yeah,
the guy
like
who
those guys, those like typical corporate Japanese guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a salaryman. So I was working in that kind of environment, like as the one white guy under 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's do you speak fluent Japanese?
I don't speak fluent, but I speak decent amount.
You spoke enough to get by.
Yeah, and also like where it's like charming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
So it's so like I learned a good amount. Like you can't learn too much Japanese. Because like if you're a white guy that knows too much Japanese, they're like, ew.
Oh, right.
You know?
Yeah, but I guess here, what do they call you? Gaijin?
Yeah, gaijin, yeah.
Yeah.
But I knew the right amount where it was like, good for business, good for, meeting people, having conversations.
And that's how you met your wife.
Yeah, that's how I met my wife. Well, actually, we met because she saw me and my friend like asking a barista for directions to like a pub, an izakaya, and she noticed that we weren't really getting any traction in the conversation with this person. So she came over and spoke English to us and was like, hey, like, I speak English. Like, do you guys need help?
Right.
And so, we were grateful, and we invited her and her friend to join us
At the pub?
And it's history from there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Was that her intention going in, or was she just
No,
being nice?
definitely not. Yeah. She was like, I wasn't even attracted to, you love hearing that, right? Like, she's like, I wasn't even attracted. I just wanted to help you because you looked pathetic.
But that's how you know she's a really good person. Right?
Yes, exactly.
You look pathetic, but then she fell for you.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's
She's
how
a
I
keeper.
got her.
Yeah.
Weaponized victimhood.
Now, how long did it take before you farted in front of her? Is the real question.
Probably like a good month
1
before I
month.
farted around her. Yeah.
And she stayed around.
Yeah.
Well,
I was bashful.
You were bashful.
Yeah.
But in Japanese culture, burping is a compliment.
Yeah, burping is like sometimes good for the food.
Right.
Yeah.
But farting.
Farting is rude still.
It's still rude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Farting is still rude. They're not like a different planet where they're like, farts.
Well, it's still air coming out of your body. Why do they differentiate between the
Yeah.
top
I was
half
in the
and
Uber
bottom
with
half?
her and she was like, why are you so upset?
He's being so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so a month in, you farted around her. That's how you know she's the one. That's a keeper.
Right,
But yeah, she's still stuck around.
Yeah. So,
She's yet to fart in front of you, though.
dude, she really tries not to fart around me. She we've been together for a long time and she still refuses to fart around me.
Yeah. That's you got to break that shell.
Yeah.
You got to really just
No, it's never gonna. It's just never gonna happen.
What if you tickle her? You can't hold a fart
I've
in.
tickled. I've tickled her, not to make her fart. That's kind of weird, Raj.
Not to completion.
Is that what you consider completion?
When she farts.
Guys, check Raj's hard drive if you have a chance.
I've tickled a few people to completion. Stunk.
Why do you think I was here before you got here?
Dude,
I don't even know what that
on
meant.
adult websites, his screen name is like Tickle Monster 69.
But it's not what you think.
Raj is a Tickle Monster.
You can keep your pants on.
Yeah.
I promise.
I just want to hear a fart.
That's his Instagram handle.
And then she's like, "Oh, let me return the favor." I'm like, "No, I'm good. I got what I came for. Get the hell away from me, freak."
Yeah, you get post-fart clarity. You're just like, ew, what am I doing?
What am I doing with my life? Freaking weirdos.
Ew.
Why'd you even respond to my text? Freaking sick people out there.
This violates stoicism.
Oh man, that's so funny. There's well, speaking of like crazy things that happen, I was watching your viral clips, like the big one, like the one about the tacos. So it took me quite a few views to realize that they're stitched.
Which one?
Well, some of them.
Oh yeah, some of them are stitched.
Yeah, but the way you do it, it almost looks like you're the guy from beginning to end, which is hilarious, which is really funny.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I just saw this video clip go pretty big recently about this white lady, this Minnesota white lady. She looks like a fucking crackhead, meth head, and she's got a kid, and apparently there was this little black kid. Who was bullying this? Yeah, you know which one?
Somebody was telling me about a GoFundMe. But
yes.
Go ahead, continue. Sorry.
So this lady sees these kids quarreling, and she starts calling this little black kid the N-word.
No way.
Yeah, she starts calling this little black kid the N-word, and then I guess the kid's dad was there, and he starts filming her, and he's like, "Why are you calling my kid the N-word?" And then she's like, "Because he's acting like an N-word," you know. I guess, the kids were like fucking around or whatever. One was probably bullying the other one. I don't know. But either way, you shouldn't call this kid the N-word. And then she started a GoFundMe once she saw this video go online because she was scared for her life. And now she has over $600,000.
$680,000 after calling the child The N-word.
The N-word.
Yeah, but it's like David Duke donation of 500,000. You know, like, it's like
Oh, that's true. A good chunk of it could be from one,
one organized entity that.
the KKK. But now I was thinking, like, how do we stitch this and make this fun?
That's what I.
Oh yeah, I see. Those are things I don't touch. Right, like I never touch like like little kid stuff.
Well, that's probably a good rule to follow in general.
Yeah, I mean, like so I won't make fun of like a little kid or like a situation that involves a little kid.
Because people think the videos are real, so
right. So that's like part of like my whole thing is like, I'm giving you little Easter eggs to like be in on the joke.
Right.
That it's like fake. Like reality is subjective is like what I always say. So like if you want it to be real, it's real. If you don't want it to be real, like it doesn't have to be real.
Right. Okay, cool. So it's almost like choose your own adventure.
Yeah, right? Like, and sometimes it's funny when like the people in the comments like don't get it and then like other people like explain it to them,
Then it's just a bunch of engagement because people are trying to explain it to the other.
Right. Yeah. So, that's like, that helps. And it's also like, just like a surprise twist is what I like. I like the surprise twist. With that one, like that situation is already like,
intense.
It's intense and it's shocking, right? So like, how am I gonna shock the level above that? You know what I mean? Like I have to, if I'm gonna stitch it, like I'm gonna have to outshock it.
I already figured out.
Oh yeah, how would you do it?
Because you never see the dad, right? The dad's the one that's filming all of this.
Yeah,
but he's like, "Don't call my son the N-word," and he says it over and over and over again. But then the cut could be you flip it to you. You're the dad.
And he's like saying, he's not literally saying the N-word. He's saying,
exactly. That would be great. I think that'd be so funny.
You could do it. Let's see how that plays out.
It's not the same, right?
It's not the same. Because, I'm halfway there. You're so far away.
We're just going to catch you doing we're going to get like a selfie video of you and then stitch it ourselves and just add you to the...
It's funny that you think you're closer to black than I am.
Well, not mentally.
Mentally.
You're probably mentally closer to black than I am.
Maybe. I'm not sure where that's grounded on. But I would consider Indian. You're Indian, right? Mm-hmm. Not Pakistani?
Nope. No.
So I would consider Indian people, in most cases, whiter than Greek people.
No, yeah, we're pretty white.
Yeah.
We're super white, which I actually don't feel comfortable whenever I see Indian people dropping the N-bomb.
Oh,
because I'm sure you've met like Indian people like that. No?
No.
Oh,
I mean, I've met plenty of like Indian Drakes,
Yeah, but those are the kind I'm talking about.
Oh, really? They'll say it?
They'll drop the N-bomb.
Wow.
They'll say it like they own it too.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even get when Puerto Rican people use it, I'm like,
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. I get a little weird by it.
Yeah, there's so many other better words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like?
Yeah, please, do tell.
Troglodyte.
Troglodyte is a good word.
Yeah.
We should bring that back. I think I saw that in like a Disney movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, get away from me, troglodyte.
Yeah. Yeah, troglodyte is good. It's like you're a cave dweller.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we should make it shorter though, like Trogger. Get away from me, Trogger. See, I think
you can't use the ER on Trogger.
See, I think that's the problem. When you shorten words, they become slurs.
Actually, the short version of that is trog.
Trog. I like trog. Fucking trog.
It does.
Raj is such a trog, dude.
What did I do? I don't even deserve that. I don't even know what it means, but I take offense.
You don't know what it means because you're a trog, dude.
Might have to clip out this whole thing. I don't know what it means either.
Yeah. Just stuck in your cave, trog.
Freaking cave dwelling trog. That's the name of the app, by the way.
Cave dwelling. It's too wordy. I can't do it.
It's too bad because I like dite better. Dite.
Oh,
yeah. A bunch of dites walking around.
Yeah, but I feel like that could get tricky.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like it better.
Yeah,
no one tiptoes the line.
Yeah. I do like dite. But I think that is how slurs get invented, right? When you shorten a word,
Yeah.
that's how you get the slur. The
Is
short
that
form
it?
is never good, right? Well, because like Negro, they shorten it to,
I don't think that's shortening.
yeah,
I think it's actually more letters.
right. That's
Or
true.
the same amount.
Chinese, they shortened it to.
Oh, just one G? What?
No, Chinese, they shortened it to the.
I don't know.
They say the N word, but it's not actually the N word. Is that where you're getting at?
No, I'm saying like when you shorten words, it turns into a slur.
Okay, give me another example.
I was trying with Chinese. You shorten.
Yeah, but
it.
I don't think that root of the Chinese bad word is just shortening Chinese.
Okay.
I think that's another thing.
Okay. Well, Japanese, the slur is the 3-letter form of it, right? You call them a.
Jewish American princess.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Am I not explaining it?
The
Chris?
first-
That's a good example.
The first 3 letters of Japanese would be the slur.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then the first 4 letters of
I
Chinese
gotcha.
would be.
Well, without the E, yes.
Yeah.
Got it. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
That's where we got confused.
That's
there.
yeah.
Got
And I
it.
guess, Yeah.
So Greeks would be Grez.
What is a slur for Greeks? Is there?
Oh, I actually have like a very popular video about the slur for Greek people.
Oh, okay.
But it involves the N word. Yeah.
Well, we have a slur. Well, not really Indians. It's mostly for Arabs, but sand N-word.
Yeah. It's like Greek olive.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah, and
being
then they also call us Dagos.
I thought that was for Italians.
Yeah, same. You know,
Oh.
Greeks invented Italians.
Really?
Yeah.
So without Greece, there would be no Italy?
There would be no Italy.
Whoa.
Yeah, of course. You didn't know that?
But the food is so vastly different.
Yeah, they're vastly different because the Greeks got all the fresh, nice ingredients, and the Italians just got carbohydrates. That's it.
But okay. But you would think even if one stemmed from the other, there would be some
Well,
similarity.
a lot of Sicilians have Greek blood because that's where like big, massive migrations happened while the Ottoman Empire was like effing things up and just
Right.
like, making a mess of things. So like Sicily, and then Italy also has like a lot of Albanians as well.
Okay.
Once communism was lifted in the 1990s in Albania, they migrated a lot of them to Greece and to Italy. So that's where like a lot of, because that Balkan area, that Mediterranean cuisine, Albania shares a border with Greece. So a lot of their food is the same, right? Even a lot of cultural things are the same. So they bring it over. Italy has like all that kind of food. But even predating all of that, like a lot of Italian food was like fish based, before like too
Right.
much pasta and stuff. And that all came from Greece because Greece had all the ships and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Architecture from, the Roman Empire is because of Greece.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's
Yeah.
not what they teach you in history class.
Well, the Italians refuse to, smart Italians, which few and far between, obviously. But they agree with the statement that I make. Well, una faccia, una raccia. The Greeks and Italians are very similar.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could never tell by.
Yeah.
I could never tell you guys apart by looking at
There's
you guys.
distinct things in the body hair. So like both have excess body hair, but Greek body hair, a lot of times like you'll see the neck beard connect to the chest beard.
Right.
While Italians very often do not have that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the.
I made
telltale?
that up. I mean, it
Okay.
sounded real though,
It
right?
sounded really good.
No, they're just, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was
But
gonna
they
say,
have another thing is like Italians have bumps in their nose apparently, while Greeks kind of have straighter noses.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, yeah, the Greeks, the Greek gods, the straight noses. That's
Yeah.
like the picture perfect.
Right.
Like a lot of plastic surgeons use that as like references for nose jobs and
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah. No, I've had plastic surgeons just come up to me and say, "You have a great male nose."
Wow.
Yeah,
They
they're
did.
like, "You're very male passing."
Up here.
I'm like,
nowhere else.
I was born a male.
Wow, they did a really good job on your nose, man.
Yeah. Crazy. Whatever.
So there's a viral conversation going on right now, and it's about 100 men versus a gorilla.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. What's the thing again? 100 men versus one gorilla. Who
Yeah.
would win?
Yes.
Silverback gorilla specifically. If we're being real.
I think the dudes would win.
Yeah.
I think the 100 men.
Why?
You get outnumbered. Even though this gorilla fucking goes crazy, you get 30 people to jump on this gorilla. He's dead. And you got 100.
You think 30 people can kill the gorilla?
Just weight itself. 30 people alone weigh more than one silverback gorilla. Just weight itself would hold this guy down.
That's fair.
Yeah, but how old are these men? Like, there's a bunch of caveats.
Yeah. There's cat. I actually don't think 100 men could beat a gorilla.
Really?
If we're talking barehanded, I don't think so.
Also, you got to think about the men that are going to run away.
Yeah.
In the middle of the fight, they're going to get scared.
Oh, well,
you got people.
Did they have the ability to run away? Is this place
Well,
enclosed?
no, I'm saying, even if they're enclosed, they might not go first. They might try to get shielded by 50 other dudes.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. If they don't have the same group mentality, if they all don't have the same mentality,
Well, yeah, men can't work together on a scale like that in a panic like that. They just can't. Like
Right.
egos would get in the way, right? And that's kind of like the bit that I was doing. But men wouldn't like. It'd be one guy would be like, I could take it,
yeah.
right? And then
One
just
guy
be
alone.
another guy like mad that the other guy's like doing well, and then he'll like jump in. It's not like Dragon Ball Z where like one guy is fighting and then the rest of them are reacting.
Right.
That's
true. If anything, if the one guy is like, I can take this gorilla, and then once they see that gorilla fuck that
Yeah.
guy up, all 99 and be like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I wanted to do a sketch like where it's like POV, you're like one of the first of the 100 guys to go up against the gorilla.
It's just your head on the opposite side of the room.
Yeah. It's like a guy like leading the group of 100 is like, all right, you guys are going to go in first. And you're like, oh,
No, you go in first.
Yeah. I'll go at the end.
Yeah, because you have to think, even at war, people don't want to be on the front lines, and they've been training to do this for years.
Right.
And they're still like, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it.
Right.
But this gorilla just hops in this arena with 100 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's going to want to go
Do you ever
first.
see the videos of gorillas fighting each other?
Oh, yeah. They
Dude,
fucking go insane.
Yeah. Yeah. The only way you could probably do it is if you tried to like outmaneuver the gorilla to a point where his stamina gets decreased so much. And then, he's tired, and then you could probably try to like take him like that.
Right.
You'd have to choke them out. That's like the only way.
It's
I
very
could
hard
see
to
it.
choke them out. I mean, you could keep like if you kept punching the gorilla in the head.
Yeah, but even to get close to do that would be
Yeah.
very difficult.
Well, you have to maneuver to get him tired.
Yeah, so I think what's going to end up happening is half of them are going to get
They're dead.
sacrificed. Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah.
And then by the time he's done killing the 50th one, he's probably going to be exhausted.
Right.
Then that gives people the other 50 time to come up with a plan.
Right.
To take this guy out.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I would hate to be like the first round of 50.
Or do you just take the L and you go first because everyone's gonna die?
Yeah.
So you
If-
just.
well, if I'm in that first round of 50, I'm going in first. 'Cause
Yeah?
I don't want to be number 50.
Oh,
You're just
really?
watching-
I kind of want to see what happens. Yeah. I'd be like number 49. Like, yeah, I know I'm going to die, but this was pretty dope.
But you see it coming.
Yeah.
You see it coming. Like I'd be like, this is fucking insane.
I'd be like, is popcorn allowed? Can I bring popcorn? And I think I'm watching with the popcorn, but then the gorilla smells it and attacks me. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, either way, you're done.
My arrogance was my downfall.
But imagine it like runs up to you, but then he just grabs a popcorn. He's like, this is all I wanted.
And then everyone's like, he's figured out.
All I took was popcorn. Yeah. Well, but I guess that goes back to my original theory that I think the men would win.
No, I still think they wouldn't win.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? So you think this gorilla would take out 100 people?
Yeah.
But I thought you just said he's going to get tired after like half.
Yeah,
of them.
yeah. I mean, like, the only way to do it is if you, like, tire out the gorilla and get to a point. But unfortunately, men in that situation
would not be able to do
would
that.
not be able to like do it. Like maybe you could have like a couple people like level-headed, like strategize and think about it, but
Right.
at a certain point, you know, there's just too many egos there.
You're also there's no way to run around to tire it. Like
Yeah.
it's way too fast.
Yeah. Right, and he could take out 2-3 people in one like tackle.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one swoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
Um,
But that's why I made the joke that 100 women could definitely beat a gorilla.
oh yeah. That's actually really funny. Yeah. What were the points again?
They would tell the gorilla about the dream they had the night before, putting the gorilla to sleep or enraging it. And then they would bring up stuff that's happened in the past,
Even though-
that the gorilla thought they moved past. And then they would wait for the gorilla's like one day off from work and just nag him for like everything that needs to be fixed around the house when the gorilla just wants to
I
relax.
just want to watch TV.
And then the last is that all the women would summon their own corresponding bear that they would rather be lost in the forest with to attack the gorilla.
Oh, that's so funny. That's great.
Thanks.
Is it killing?
Oh yeah, I started doing. I made it like a kind of cinematic explainer video, and then it did well on like other platforms, but I translated it to a stand-up joke, and it did really well. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really funny.
thanks.
The women teaming up against a gorilla. I mean, but physically, anatomically, physiologically.
Yeah, physically, no, they wouldn't be able to. But women are especially like in organizational situations like that, they would probably be able to like figure out a strategy.
Yeah, I mean, I think they get further than the dudes.
Yeah.
100%.
Right.
But ultimately, they did.
Right. There would be very few women that would be like, "Oh, I could take the gorilla myself," you know. But there would be plenty of guys like, "I think I got this."
But I feel like one of them would slap him across the face, and then it would shock him for a second. It would humiliate him.
100%. Or they'd just all be running around screaming, where the gorilla's like, "Okay,
Yeah, I can't take this
jeez,
Yeah.
According to
relax. Don't tell me to relax."
What were you saying?
I was just gonna say, according to ChatGPT, both men and women would lose to the gorilla.
See, yeah.
Yeah. But I do agree. I think the women would get a little bit further.
Yeah.
They might be alive for a little bit longer than all the dudes.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is pretty sexist, so it says the women would probably get more wrecked than the women,
Are you
than the
serious?
men. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I agree with Chris here. Like they strategize.
Yeah,
They-
I'm more sexist than ChatGPT.
It says the gorilla would win even faster than the 100 men.
Yeah,
I mean,
physically, yeah, probably. But
yeah.
But ChatGPT's never been married. ChatGPT's
Exactly.
never had to hear a woman explain her dream.
That is the worst.
Right.
That is the worst.
You know,
The dream explanation, dude. I mean, sometimes I'll be with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to hear this till the end.
Yeah.
But then when we get to the end, nothing happens.
right.
Then I'm like, I just wasted 45 minutes
Right.
listening to a dream that has
You
no
sit
ending.
there for 45 minutes?
I'm
You're
a good
Mother
boyfriend.
Teresa.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Because sometimes like they're compelling.
Right.
I'm along for this ride. I'm like, oh shit, this happened, then that happened.
Oh,
And then
dude.
and then I'm like, and then she's like, oh, I don't remember. I woke up. I'm like, why'd you do this?
Yeah,
to me?
well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like they want you to dissect the metaphors, and then it's like, what could it mean? Blah, blah. It's like, you're not Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Your dream was not important. You know, like,
Yeah.
you don't have to tell us all about it.
Exactly. There's nothing important about these dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the other day, she had a dream where like somebody shot me and
Jesus.
and I was dying. And then,
Surprise, motherfucker. Dude, imagine.
that's the clip.
That's for rescheduling 6 times.
Oh shit!
Is he a woman? But yeah.
I was just telling him. I was like, yeah, I think we kind of had to reschedule on Chris a couple times.
I'm so sorry.
No,
My
it's all right.
apologies.
Yep.
But
I
I hope
appreciate
you've
you
learned
being
your
so
lesson
flexible.
now.
We're doing this publicly.
Yeah. No.
It's all right. You're not the only one, Chris. Everyone else is mad at us too.
I can't imagine why.
I just told Raj I had a female comedian, go, because I reached out there. I was like, hey, can you do like a couple days from now? She goes, okay, Eric, this is crazy. Please stop until you can figure out an actual date.
Oh shit!
And now she's never going to be invited ever.
Wait,
again.
who is this? I don't even know. You didn't tell me about
I
this.
did. I told you the name and everything. I told you both names. It was a guy and a woman.
Oh,
They both did the same thing.
This is crazy. Please stop. Please figure your date out.
I can look up the message.
Oh, okay.
To be fair,
Yeah.
that is a fair reaction.
Oh, for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a fair
Fuck.
reaction.
Well-
If Eric wasn't so nice, I would have said the same thing. Honestly, I really would have. Yeah.
Well, if you weren't so nice, you would not be here right now.
Well, that's why Uber drivers farted in my car.
Oh,
No repercussions.
Was that on your way here?
No, that was yesterday.
Okay. I was
Or
like,
the other
damn,
day,
this
yeah.
is just not working in your favor, huh?
No, I drove here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So now when this is done, I'm gonna look for 2 hours to find parking near my apartment.
That's rough.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
rough. Maybe this will inspire you to get a parking spot or a parking garage.
Well, the parking garages are expensive.
They are.
And they're not even like that convenient, to be honest. Like you gotta wait for the guy, you know.
to let you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they don't even have your car like immediately there. You know, so when you go to pick it up, they gotta like lower it from 10 other cars.
Oh, right.
You know, and you could call them in advance, but like they usually don't care enough to like
To have it ready for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also that the convenience of the car goes away when you have a parking lot like that.
Right.
Because you're like, oh, I just want to go out real quick. Oh, I can't. I got to wait 15 minutes for my car.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
that's-
tried to like, you know, go to people who have driveways and be like, yo, I'll pay you
To
like,
park.
park here.
Does that work?
I mean, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But like I had a neighbor and he like uses his driveway for some other guy. And I was like, well,
my God.
you know, I got to make a falling out between these two people happen.
Yeah,
You know
do
what I
it.
mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I could get that parking spot. So like every time I see him, I'm like, oh, you know, how's your friend with the parking spot?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he's good. I was like, oh, that's crazy because I saw him the other day
With your wife.
with your wife.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't have a wife. I'm like, fuck.
Fuck. With your daughter.
Try again next week. But yeah, I'm hoping for just a little bit of dirt on this guy.
You could easily make the dirt up. Well,
Yeah.
tell me about the guy that owns the house, the one with the garage, the driveway.
He's just a nice old man that's like had the, you know, he has a dog that is, well, I mean, his dog passed away sadly, but his dog was friends with my dog. So when they would see each other on the street during a dog walk, we would chat, you know. And I was like, oh, you have a parking spot.
Right. His dog passed away recently.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sad. I didn't tell my wife.
Who killed that dog?
No, the dog
guy
died
that
of
parks.
diabetes.
Ah, you think the dog died of diabetes.
Right, but it was really the neighbor that.
Oh, that's using the parking
Yep.
spot?
Who's been slipping him sweets.
Dude, that's dark.
Yeah.
Or
That's dark.
you get him a new dog.
You're like, hey,
Ooh,
look what I got you.
I got you a dog.
I replaced the dog that this guy killed.
Now replace that guy so I can park here.
So I could park there. That's a good idea. Yeah. That's actually a really good idea. I should try to find him a dog.
Yeah. Find him a dog, but still blame the dead dog on him.
That's hard. That one's hard because, you know, white people, we love our dogs.
Oh, trust me. I
Yeah.
love dogs too. I got
Oh,
two of
okay.
them.
Good.
But if I found out that the guy using my driveway killed my dog, he's not on my driveway anymore.
That's a
Really?
good point. That's a good point. Even if I don't really believe it, just the idea that it's possible that he killed my dog,
Yeah.
he's out.
Right.
Just be like, oh, you know, it's interesting that you mentioned your dog has diabetes because that guy that uses your driveway, he's always eating gummy bears and he's throwing them over the fence.
Oh, that's crazy.
And now I'm putting the two and two together. Did the dog die away because he had a high blood sugar?
This is sick. You guys are sick.
But it's also a great idea.
It is a good idea, but I can't morally. I have a kid on the way, man. I need all the good karma I can get.
If you want to talk about morals, then sorry. It looks like
What's crazy is like, have you ever heard of this show called Fear Thy Neighbor?
No.
Oh my God. It's like these real life stories of these neighbors getting into major altercations with each other. And they're always like, very low class people.
Okay.
They're just like in the Midwest. There's just some bullshit. And they're always like in a gun state.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
And every single time, like the people being interviewed, they're like, yeah. And then I killed his dog to teach him a lesson. And I didn't understand why he got so mad.
This is real?
Yeah, this is real.
Hold
Fear
on,
thy neighbor.
I want to guess the ethnicity of this person.
No, they're
Asian.
no. Actually, 90% of the people were like white people,
Trash white.
white trash
Yeah,
white,
yeah.
and they were just like going around and not understanding why things escalated because of things that they did.
Yeah. Have they not seen John Wick?
Right, and it almost always ended up with like, and then I pulled out my gun and I shot his dog. And it's like, what?
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, because he was putting plants that hung over onto your driveway side. Like, that's where this stuff comes from.
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then someone ends up dying because you're like watching it and you're like, this neighbor isn't giving their side of the story. Oh, it turns out they were killed.
Wow.
Yeah, it escalates that far. Like, once you kill a dog, like killing a human is not that much of a step further.
That's true. I would think it's probably harder to kill a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like poor dog. Unless you're defending yourself from like a rabid attack dog or
For
something.
sure. Yeah.
But yeah.
Or like a dog with diabetes.
Oh my God.
That's what you
I feel
tell
bad. He might watch this.
That's what you tell your neighbor. I saw him shoot him
Oh my God.
because he was like, that dog's diabetic.
Can we move on, please?
Well, Chris, do you have any plugs?
I'm just trying to help you get a parking spot, man.
I appreciate it. Can we find it another way that doesn't make me go straight to hell?
Do you have any plugs?
Plugs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come check out our shows. Close the Door Behind You shows. We do road shows. We do.
Who do you do the pods with?
My friend Doc Judd. Dr. Judd. He's an actual medical doctor.
Whoa.
Yeah, we do the show. We interview cool guests.
Not
and
to
then-
be confused with MD, the Uber driver.
Yes, not MD the Uber driver.
Farty
He is
McFartison.
a doctor. Dr. Judd. Not MD. Well, at the end it's MD, I guess. But so he's cool. We do like people call in and then we give them medical advice.
Oh,
Like,
sick.
Yeah, so it's like kind of fun.
And this is the behind closed doors.
Yeah, Close the Door Behind You.
Close the door behind
yeah.
you. Okay. What is the title referencing? Is it
It's like kind of, it's meant to be like open-ended, but it's like, when you're bringing someone to like a speakeasy or something, it's just like close the door behind you.
or or I guess when somebody visits the doctor's office.
Yeah, you close the door. It's sort of like,
Please don't tell.
yeah, please don't tell, or yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, man.
Thanks,
Yeah.
dude.
Any weird stories you've heard for the medical advice? Like
Oh yeah. I mean, people call, like, the problem is we put the phone number on Craigslist. So like people insane, like the lowest forms of human existence in society, like call sometimes, and then sometimes would be like comedian friends of mine, like trolling.
Oh, okay.
And then so we have but like the thing is, because he's a medical doctor, he has to legitimately answer the questions, and give real advice.
Wow.
So then me and the guest will like give commentary while he's doing that. So it's like kind of like this dichotomy is funny.
Yeah, no, that's a super interesting concept.
Thanks, dude.
And then the bro tacos.
Oh yeah, that's all about like otaku culture, gaming, TV shows, anime, comic books, like all that kind of stuff. So
Oh, that's so cool.
That's a
man.
little niche. Yeah.
No, I like it.
Yeah, we'll have you on sometime.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah. I'll talk about the diabetic dogs.
Jesus Christ.
maybe you won't have me on sometime.
Not with that. You mention it one time,
You're out.
you're out.
But no, dude, that's awesome. That sounds cool. Anything coming up? You have any exciting shows or anything coming up?
Oh yeah, we have a show with H. Foley. So that's like done with a collaborative effort, and then we have like a really big show on the 17th in New Jersey. That's with Danny Polishchuk.
Oh, I love that guy. He's so funny. Yeah.
So that's like another big show that we're gonna have, and Sue Ra is on that too. Sue Ra should be a good guest for your podcast as well. Sue Ra's cool.
Yeah, we'll have to hit her up.
Yeah.
If she's not yelling at me.
Just have a firm date when you contact her.
But okay, cool. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much for coming. Check out those shows. The one with H Foley, fellow Astoria guy. He's so cool.
Yeah.
I actually just met him recently when he did Dr. Phil. You ever watch those Dr. Phil shows by Adam Ray?
No, I mean, yeah. I don't really watch that much comedy.
Well, you've seen the Dr. Phil character on Kill Tony. Yeah. So he runs like his Dr. Phil show, and he sells out like theaters, so like across the country, and I work on the production company that films them.
Oh, cool.
And I filmed the one out in Philly, and of course they had Kevin Ryan and H Foley on that one.
Nice.
And the crowd just went absolutely insane.
Yeah. They've got loyal fan base for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're funny. That's why.
Yeah, they really are. Their dynamic is so interesting and fun.
Yeah.
And also just like visually, because Kevin Ryan is small and H Foley is so big. Like just visually, it's such a funny dynamic. But hopefully those things go well. And thank you so much for doing the podcast. We can't apologize enough for screwing up the dates. And, but
cool. We good.
It won't be the last time.
It won't be the last time. But Eric, what do you got going?
Just this.
Okay. All right. I guess I got some plugs. Thursday at QED, I'm doing a half hour along with my buddy Natan Badalov. That's going to be fun. I don't know if you've heard of this guy, but he's a really funny Uzbeki comic.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
It's so funny. We're each doing a half hour at QED, so that's going to be fun. And then, actually, tomorrow, I'm part of the Asian Comedy Festival. That starts tomorrow.
Chris, are you on that?
No, I'm not. First of all, I don't think you should be on that.
Oh,
yeah, I don't think you should be on it. Yeah, as a person adopted by a Japanese, why are Indian people part of the Asian festival if Russian people are not?
Is Russia part of Asia?
Yeah.
Ooh.
In fact, Turkey is part of Asia. Israel is part of Asia.
Ooh.
Can we call Ed right now?
We probably could. But,
All right.
I don't want to.
Okay.
But that is true. Yeah, this is.
So you gotta pick. It's like you gotta pick the lane.
Yeah,
if it's like Southeast Asian, which is like the loophole, right? Like, okay, fine, but it's like Asian as an ethnicity.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That is what we assume as like East Asia.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Yes.
But Asia as a geography
is a lot more than just.
Is a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And that's where Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi fall in
South Asian.
Yeah, well, Southeast Asia or South Asia or whatever.
Right.
But that's geographically Asian. Ethnically Asian, I don't know.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, this is...
you got called out.
Yeah, well, it's not my festival.
I think it's because, unfortunately, there's not a lot of Asian, East Asian comedians. Right. Where, like, but by having both together, it makes it like a bit... Then you have the Nepalese, right? Who are like kind of like a hybrid a lot of times, like of... Indian and that mixture as well. And then you have tons of Russians who are ethnically Asian.
Yeah.
And Uzbekistani as well.
That is true. I will say, what does AAPI stand for? Asian American Pacific Islander. That's usually who fall into this category for the festival. But I guess, Asian American would still entail Russia, Uzbekistan, Turkey. Yeah, this is tricky. But I'll take the stage time. I'm not questioning it.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
This is tricky. I will bring this up to Ed, though. I will be like, this is a valid point. Yeah, we are all Asian. There's a lot more Asians than just brown and you know,
Yep.
yeah. I was going to say another color, but you can call us browns, but you can't use the Y color for.
Can I call you brown?
I think you can call me brown. I don't think brown people take offense to the word brown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I do know Asians take offense to the word, you know, the other color, the one that typically is used for them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Teal?
Yes, those teals, I tell you.
Somehow that sounds worse.
I feel like teal does sound worse. Yeah, but like you can call a black guy black.
Yeah.
You can call a brown guy brown, but you cannot call an Asian person the Y color.
That's another conundrum.
That is a
Because
conundrum.
you could call me olive all
I
day.
call you olive, I call you white.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, that is.
But I'm on the lowest totem of white. You know, like
yeah.
I have an ethnic sounding name. You know, all the white people at the country club, like they're like, yeah, you're one of us, but you're not one of us.
Right.
You know.
Right. But visually,
I still got, I'm shorter, stocky. They're like,
yeah.
you're not white. You know?
You're not white with a V.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's true. But there's probably a bit here about the colors.
Yeah, for
Something's
sure.
cooking. Something's cooking.
Do it right now.
Just make sure you do it right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all right. We'll cut it out if it's bad.
I will test that tomorrow night at the Asian Comedy Festival.
We got any Russians in the crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be like, why do you guys not like the color? I can't even say it. That's how bad it is.
You can't say it.
I can't say it. Well, I could say that
The rug, the
the
flower,
rug
the
has-
flower.
The rug, yeah, the flower in the rug is yellow.
Oh, is it from an Asian country?
But I cannot say it even in the context of Asian people.
Right. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah,
Isn't language so strangely nuanced?
It is.
Yeah.
But that's one that I don't think anybody talks about. Everybody talks about the N-word. Oh, I can't say the N-word. I can't say the N-word. But
Well, I think everyone should just be equally offended all the time.
100%.
And then if we're just all offended, then what are you going to do? Like
Right.
if everyone's just offended.
but I could care less if you call me brown.
Right.
But I should care is what you're saying?
I think you should care.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird if I was just calling you brown.
Yeah, well, no. If you were just calling me brown to call me brown, that'd be kind of fucked up.
Like Mr. Brown Man.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds offensive.
Hey, brownie.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Brown? Brown boy.
Yeah.
Brown boy.
Little brown podcast boy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
bunch
fucked
of
up.
brownies walking around, ruin the neighborhood.
Okay, now it's getting a little
All
hurtful.
right. Just two white guys calling you brown.
But see, the fact that we can even joke like this is fine.
Yeah.
But I can't even joke with the Y color.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I can't even put that out there.
Well, I have a half Asian son, so.
But could you even
I'm not
say that?
offended. Yeah. You'd think I could, but I feel like I can't.
Exactly.
But for some reason, it's like totally okay to be like overtly racist to white men,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah, and what's the theory behind that? It's because the white people have oppressed for so long that they
We
have
are-
no reason to say anything back.
That is the argument, yes.
Yeah, but it's also like, okay. But like, you know,
Yeah, that's true. Okay, like we've paid our dues, or
I don't know if we've paid our dues.
yeah.
I'm sure I benefit from being white in plenty of ways that I don't even realize. But like sometimes I hear it like full on attack mode.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree.
where it's like, and then people are like happy about it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, first of all, the most famous Greek person right now is black.
who.
Giannis, the basketball player.
Oh,
You know?
oh shit! I didn't even know.
I
he was
didn't know he was
Greek.
Greek.
Yeah,
either.
it's like, you know, every culture has. I mean, his family immigrated from Nigeria to Greece, and he was raised in Greece.
Right.
I consider him Greek.
Yeah,
but
for
an argument could also be made like, if he wasn't so good at basketball, would the Greeks claim him? Probably not. I don't know.
That's true. You got to be good at something
Yeah.
to be claimed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's like you kind of supersede race at a certain point, like, right, with like so much talent and success.
Yeah.
You know, like Muhammad Ali, right? Mm-hmm. Like Muhammad Ali, you know, that was at a time where people were super racist, and even then, people were like, "Well, yeah, I mean, Muhammad Ali is the greatest fighter in the world.
Yeah, but did they refer to him as the greatest black fighter in the world, or did they refer to him as the greatest Muslim fighter in the world?
They definitely just said fighter.
Yeah, I don't even know if
Yeah.
I don't think they specified.
No, this specificity now is
Right.
because of this desire to have new accolades all the time. You know, it's like, I'm the first guy who's 5'5" and built a blah, you know, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, right, because like 20 other people have done that before you with
Right.
less specific attributes to what you're claiming.
I will say I'm not a huge fan of the specificity.
Yeah.
I do like not to sound like a boomer, but I do like the good old days when, like, yeah, you were just the greatest fighter in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
the
like-
specificity, I think, is what makes things racist and segregated.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like, oh, whoa, yeah, exactly. Like the positive is segregation,
Yeah.
which is not good.
That is true. Well, with that being said, I got the Asian Comedy Festival. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any other plugs. If you, want to find them,
your
go on.
Saturday show
Oh, yeah. Wait.
that already passed. All right, never mind.
No. It's May 17th. Holy Hand Grenade. That's a monthly comedy show, which we'll get you on.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. You're the emo guy. There's so much emo things I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have time if you want. But
We'll do it next time.
right,
Well, because once we get into the emo stuff, I could go on for hours.
oh, really? That would have been great.
Yeah,
You
that
should
would've
have
been-
taken me there.
I know.
Yeah.
He loves
Instead
his,
of talking about a diabetic dog, like straight up bullying this poor man who lost his only friend.
Wouldn't that be a great emo song? though? That's
Also, unfortunately, that's the name of the episode. So
Is the episode emo?
no, it's gonna be Diabetic Dog.
Oh, come on. That's terrible.
Everyone's gonna click it.
Wait.
I can totally see it right now. The single is called, like, My Only Friend by a band called
Raj won't stop joking about it.
Who's Joking? but by a band called Parkway Drive.
Wait, that probably is a band, I think.
I think it definitely is. Raj just said it like he didn't know it was already a band.
Yeah. Like he doesn't have their tattoo
Yeah.
on his butt cheek.
He loves From First to Last. That's his thing. Anyway,
yeah,
sorry.
You love From First to Last, dude?
Sorry.
I love From First to Last.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Really?
I was just listening like the first album literally this morning.
Oh my God, that song,
Yeah.
Emily, the emo song ever.
Dude,
Yeah.
I made a video about that. Are you trolling me right now?
No.
Emily is the most emo song ever. I literally made a video about that on TikTok.
Whoa.
Yeah. It is the
Damn.
top emo song of all time.
It is a
Yeah.
number one emo song. Like,
Yeah.
when I think emo, I think Emily.
Yes. Her smiles and her laughter.
Yes.
Can you sing it?
No, you don't want to hear me
You
sing.
love From First to Last and you can't sing Emily?
I can't sing.
Are you fucking trolling me right
I'm
now?
not trolling.
100%. If you look back, we have a clip of him talking about how he loves From First to Last.
Can you sing Note to Self?
I mean, I
Note
know
to
the,
Self, I want you to be.
yeah, I can't sing.
Come on.
I can't sing. I can't
Sing
do it.
something. You gotta prove to me.
No, I
save
can't. I
save
can't.
it for part 2.
Yeah. I can't have any footage of me out there singing. This voice is not meant for singing.
All right. From First to Last, who's their singer?
Sonny, the lead singer, who's now Skrillex.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, all right. Yeah. We need a part 2 for
You
sure.
passed.
dude.
You passed.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I hated the new singer after Sonny
Yeah,
left.
I mean, he's honestly, I listened to like his cover of like, I think it was From the Wings of Pestilence, and I was like, that's pretty good. Like the added production value with the new guy and some other stuff, it was pretty good. But like, I don't know, still, it's like Sonny Moore. Part of the charm is like that he's off key sometimes.
Yeah. And his voice is like scratchy.
Yeah.
Just
That's like Chiodos, you know.
yes,
Yeah.
with Craig Owens, and then
Yeah.
but then the new guy sucked.
But Chiodos just came back. They just did a show in New York, I believe,
What?
with Craig.
What? No,
Yeah,
get
they're
outta
back
here.
together, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, I didn't know he was back.
Oh, maybe.
I also didn't mind the newer. I mean, obviously it wasn't the same band, but they did have a couple of good songs.
Oh, Drugs?
No. The newer singer of Chiodos. They had like 1 or 2 good songs.
Yeah, I saw. So I almost wore my Drugs shirt, which is Craig Owens' other band.
Yeah. Destroy, rebuild until.
God shows. Yeah. So and it looks like a Dare shirt. So I almost brought that, and then I was gonna go to to wear that here, but I saw them live. I saw Drugs with Scary Kids scaring kids.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
When did you see that? Because I'm pretty sure they only were around for like a year, and I went to the one show.
You went to the one in Brooklyn?
This is like 10 years ago.
Oh no, this was recently.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because they came out with Drugs came out with a new album like last year or 2 years ago, something like that. So we went to that show over there, and then Craig Owens like noticed that I knew all the words to the Drug songs. So while I'm singing, he grabs my head in the front of the audience and pulls me to the microphone, and then like has me do the screaming part. And if I didn't throw out my voice, like my scream is pretty good.
Oh shit!
And like everyone around me was like, yeah, it was the most hyped I've ever been.
That's
I think.
fucking so cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And my friends were too excited, didn't even take a picture of it happening.
That's the worst.
I know.
Oh man.
Little did they know that you stole tacos from some restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah. If Craig knew who you were, he probably would have.
He probably would have liked you because wasn't he like a scumbag?
Is he?
I don't know. We don't need to start that rumor here.
Johnny Craig.
Johnny Craig, yeah. But Johnny Craig I've met as well.
Really?
Yeah, we hung out with him a little bit. We met all the singers of Dance Gavin Dance.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were all just hanging out?
No, like in different times. Like me and my
That's-
brother met all of them. And Johnny Craig, it was like right before he left Slaves.
Oh, I love Slaves.
Yeah, dude, that album was like a perfect
great
album, that last one.
Mm-hmm.
And, so we went and saw them with CKY, and Bam Margera was there.
Whoa.
And, Johnny Craig signed our Slaves posters. We saw him like in the middle of the crowd. We went over to him and we're like, what's up? And he's like, yes. And then he like was looking for a pen for us, and he was like really nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So
oh man.
yeah, it's like too bad he's got his demons, but yeah, he was to us as fans meeting him and talking to him, he was really nice.
His demons and his MacBooks.
Yeah.
But it's so cool that Eric, I had no idea you were into emo shit as well.
Have you looked at me? What the fuck?
I could never get a gauge. You look like you're into like fucking Carlos Santana. But
That's fair. But I actually did sense the emo in Eric. I
did
think.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, because there's this band that. So first of all, my girlfriend hates emo music. She never goes with me or she like really as a last resort. She's like, if you can't find anybody to go with you to a concert, I'll come with you. But she hates it. She can't stand it. So she's always trying to tell me to find emo buddies to go to these concerts with. And then there's this band that I've been following recently called Senses. Have you heard?
Oh, I know Senses.
Yeah.
I would go to the show.
Dude, they were just here in April.
Yeah.
April 6th, they were in Brooklyn. I wanted to go so bad, and now I know Erica's.
Did the three of us just become?
Yeah, hit
I'm
me
down.
up. Yeah, I would totally go.
Fuck.
100%. Like, it used to be the best to go to, like, those
Silverstein?
concerts.
Yeah, I love Silverstein.
Silverstein,
Yeah.
they just performed. Aren't they?
I don't know.
Didn't they just do
I
it?
just yelled at a band that
Dude, their last album was pretty good. Silverstein, for sure.
Ships in the Fire.
I think that's something like that.
So, yeah.
a band that has become TikTok famous now, Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh, yeah. But Bring Me
But
the
they-
Horizon was always, like,
Yeah,
at the
they've always
forefront.
been there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like big into Bring Me the Horizon with There Is a Hell, Believe Me, I've Seen It. There's a Heaven, Let's Keep It a Secret.
Did you see them at Warped Tour like 10 years ago? It was that, not Warped Tour, it was Bamboozle.
Oh, yeah?
And this is, I can't believe we're talking about this. This is like Katy Perry, like, peak. And she is headlining Bamboozle simultaneously with Bring Me the Horizon. And I think Katy went first, and then Bring Me came out, and her fans were still there.
Oh,
And they were like, what the fuck is this? But we also, like the Bring Me the Horizon fans, were also like, why the fuck are these people here? Like,
Right.
why is Katy Perry even at this?
What year was that?
This is like at least 10 years ago. It was like, I'm pretty sure it was Katy Perry. It was 100% it was Katy Perry. And
Well,
it
because
was,
she got her start on the Warped Tour.
it was something like that.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was random to us because obviously it's like a bunch of rock bands.
Yeah.
But
It was definitely more than 10 years ago because peak Katy Perry, because Bring Me the Horizon, they came out with Sempiternal in like 2013, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then after Sempiternal, they had That's the Spirit, which was like 2015, I want to say.
Okay.
And That's the Spirit was kind of like the most poppy they had been. Like they kind of got poppier every album, right? but that one was like the most poppy. Where I think it would make the Katy Perry fans probably would have been okay with some of
The two
that.
them, yeah.
So I'm sure it was like before that, which would have been the best time to see them, dude. If I saw them live, like they're my one like super favorite band that I have not seen live yet.
Bring Me the Horizon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen them either. But
I saw My Chem live. It was pretty bad.
It was bad?
bad?
Yeah, it was bad.
Wow. Because
Yeah.
I saw
Because he
them.
can't sing?
I don't really know what the vibes were. It was also Bamboozle. They were headlining on Saturday. I actually don't even think they had like come out with an album, and this was like their comeback. And they did one night on Saturday, and Bon Jovi did the next night on Sunday.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Bon Jovi.
It was pretty strange,
that's-
but yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah. What was that one really big festival that just happened like last year in Vegas?
When we were young?
yeah.
Did you go to that?
That was a scam. I didn't go.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I feel like it was a scam.
Well,
But
I
every single band. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say as far as the scam goes, I think it was because I forget what it was, but there was like there wasn't a lot of information on it other than the lineup, and then some of the bands were like, I didn't even know I was on this show.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So
and that,
I don't
like,
actually know.
sketched me out.
Yeah, I don't know if it might have happened. I mean, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
but-
I was just annoyed because like I'm a huge Anne Boleyn fan,
Oh, nice.
and at that festival the original singer came back for that one show.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, that would have
That's so funny.
Okay, fine. We'll go to Vegas.
It's funny that you say Anne Berlin because I was listening to them like last week.
been. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that new singer, Maddie Mullins?
Dude, I love Maddie Mullins.
Really?
Maddie Mullins is from a bunch of stuff.
Well, okay, but do you like him better than Stephen Christian?
No.
Okay, I was
But
gonna-
I thought he did a good job of like, especially what's their like number one song by a lot. I
Feel
forgot.
Good Drag?
Yeah. His rendition of it I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay.
But like Maddie Mullins, he was on he's also semi-problematic.
Oh,
Like,
is he?
I mean, he's like definitely not as bad as Johnny Craig, but he's
Okay.
like another ginger guy in that scene that like has, some questionable thing. I think he said something questionable in a voicemail or whatever that was
no.
recorded.
Haven't we
I forgot
all?
what it was.
Yeah, exactly. Haven't we all?
Yeah. But he, like he's been featured on a lot of like, I think it was Pierce the Veil or Sleeping with Sirens. He was on some stuff. I think he was good.
It's crazy how big Pierce the Veil got in the
Dude.
last like year.
Yeah.
I forget who they were opening
For
for.
Blink 182.
No, well, yes, but there was a show like probably in like Gramercy or something like that. They were opening for technically a bigger band, but once Pierce the Veil performed their like TikTok songs that are like famous now, people started to leave.
They have TikTok songs that are famous?
They're not made for TikTok. They just got
Released on TikTok?
they got released on. They became even more popular through
Well, what are the
TikTok.
songs that are on TikTok?
I don't know the names of them. It's always attached to like a really hot like goth girl. I'm not gonna sing it.
But Pierce the Veil, like, they were always kind of like top of that scene. Like Sleeping with Sirens was probably like a little bit more than them. Maybe. But Pierce the Veil deserves it, man. Their
Yeah, but this is-
musicianship is good.
What's weird about it though is like these one or two songs are like old. Like this is not.
Oh.
But now that they're popular again, they're opening for these bands that are quote unquote bigger than them, but people are leaving before the closing band because they're only going for Pierce the Veil.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I saw Blink 182, I went there because of the emo joke that I have, and they like invited me to go to the show. But I was like super hyped because I love Pierce the Veil.
Oh.
So I was like one of the only people like screaming in like the VIP section for Pierce the Veil.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
And yeah, no, their musicianship is so good. And the best thing about it is like he is so good live, Vic Fuentes singing, that it's like, dude,
Yeah, I
he
always
has his chops.
I mean, I love their music. I don't really know how I really felt about Vic's voice.
Oh, really? Too high for you?
Too high, too whiny, and I'm a huge emo guy.
Yeah.
It was a little too whiny.
Yeah.
for me.
I mean, that's what, but like, his screams, like the emotion that he pours into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kellen Quinn from Sleeping with Sirens, like same kind of high pitched voice sort of thing.
But I do like a high pitch. Like
Yeah.
I love Seosin.
Yeah.
And what's another big high pitch one?
high pitched.
The guy from
Circus
Bleeding
Survive.
Circus Survive.
Circus Survive. Yeah.
And then there was
Super
also
hit,
the
Dance Gavin Dance. High.
yeah, and then the guy from the Bleeding Alarm. He had his own. He started a new band,
What's the name of the band? Bleeding what?
the Bleeding Alarm.
Also, the song was "King for a Day."
Yeah, King for the
Yeah.
Day.
That
But
was
that
the-
song
that's
has
the
been
TikTok.
popular since it came out.
Right, but
like in
not
2012.
Not to the level that it was in the last like 2-3 years.
Bro, that song was on
I promise
Fuse
you,
24/7. King for the Day, it probably has 1 billion streams. Yeah, like that's the problem with the TikTokers. You know, they think they discovered the
Yeah,
shit.
this shit's been around.
You know, it's like King for the Day, bro. Like, give me a sleeper. Like, you had Kellen Quinn on that song. He was sleeping with sirens and Pierce the Veil.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Vic Fuentes met his wife on that shoot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So-
Yeah, these TikTokers, they're like, "Oh, this is our thing we discovered." I mean, you can enjoy it,
Yeah.
but it's not your thing.
Yeah, like when like what's their call?
Charles
with Chino
Fernie.
Marino. What the hell is their band called?
Hold on.
Deftones. Thank you.
Yes.
Right.
Dude, Deftones.
Yeah.
Bro, I discovered Deftones watching Cooler's Revenge, the Dragon Ball Z movie in like 2001,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
that's where Deftones came from for me. You know, the fact they're like, oh, you know,
Check out this new band.
yeah, check out Deftones. Like you go to Hot Topic, like Deftones shirts. I was like, Deftones was never like big then, you know, like they weren't like huge then. Like
Right. Yeah.
teenage girls weren't buying Deftone t-shirts when
Exactly.
Deftone was like making music like that.
I saw them live with System of a Down.
Oh, that's a great show.
That's a
That's
great
probably the
lineup.
greatest concert I've ever been to.
Yeah. I'm
They-
seeing System of a Down this summer.
Are they here or are you going somewhere?
New Jersey.
No fucking way.
Yeah. I think they're playing at MetLife.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
They were in. I think they were in Long Beach when I went, and it rained right after Deftones, or it was raining during their final songs, and they told us to go home. And as we were leaving, System of a Down came out and started playing, and everyone ran back to their seats,
Oh,
and
that's
they
awesome.
just played in the rain, and they were like, "Fuck it, let's just do it."
As they would, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think because of where I guess we're by the beach or whatever, it's a hazard, you know, with thunder or lightning, whatever.
But they didn't
being
care.
too close. I don't know. Maybe they wanted the other. Maybe they didn't care.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's wild. I mean, one of the wildest things I've ever seen, and it's probably tame compared to some of the stuff maybe you guys have seen, but I saw Story of the Year, and it was like their first headlining tour. They had Funeral for a Friend open for them, and they had Anne Berlin open for them.
Wow.
That's when I discovered those two bands, and I was like, wow, these are my favorite bands ever. But anyway, Story of the Year, the guitarist, they have two, I forget which one, but one of them, during like a really heavy, you know, breakdown of a song, took his balls out. Took his balls out, and he started pointing at them while he was playing, and he had them out the whole time.
Pointing to them like no one already saw them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. But he was like, if you somehow missed this big patch of skin on my old black attire, look at this. And just for the whole breakdown, like, you know, when the you know, what's that part of the song called where like everybody starts going into a mosh
Chorus?
pit?
Oh, yeah,
Not
breakdown.
the chorus. Yeah,
Sorry.
the breakdown. Yeah. So for the whole breakdown, he had his nuts out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't that illegal?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a 21 and older show, so he's
That's
definitely
indecent exposure.
it's definitely indecent exposure. Yeah,
I hope it was a prosthetic.
I mean, it looked pretty real. It had some sweat on it. Like, you
How
can't do
close
that
were
with-
you?
I was pretty close.
Had some sweat on it. I zoomed in.
Well, I don't even think you can pretend to do that.
yeah. All right, I find it wasn't on stage. It was backstage. It was just me and him. No,
Well, I just meant if it was a fake one, I don't think you can get away. Like Ari has gotten in trouble for that. I think he got in trouble for doing that at MSG for Kill Tony.
yeah,
Like, he
yeah.
took his-
Yes, he did get in trouble for that.
I don't actually know if it was his real dick or a fake one, but I think they still got.
I
in
think it
trouble.
was his real one.
Nice.
But still, this was a while ago, but I still feel like it wasn't okay. Like it was like maybe like 2006, 2007. It was a while ago. But
You're still traumatized.
Well, I wasn't traumatized. I was just like, whoa. If
It awakens something in you.
I'm just like,
What are these feelings?
Every time I see the concert after, I'm like, yeah, he had his nuts in the whole time. It's not as good.
Yeah, it's not a show unless there are nuts out.
Yeah, exactly. He set me up, you know?
Raj
That's
takes
when
his
Raj
nuts out.
went to start watching only grindcore shows. People are pig squealing with their nuts
Yeah,
out.
exactly. Take that sack out if you really want to impress me. But yeah, all right. Well, once again, as much as I would love to talk emo, I feel like we should have a dedicated emo episode because I could go on. We could clearly, the three of us can go on for this for hours.
In like 2-3 months, we'll all dress up emo and
I'll
then
do it.
just have
Yeah.
this conversation.
I'm down.
Yeah, if I can still grow my hair out the way I used to, I would.
Just
but-
grow it out until then. I'll straighten mine.
Yeah, dude, I had the bangs and everything. It was.
Oh
not
yeah,
a
me
good
too.
look.
I had one eye covered.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, my little brother, you know, he was a big emo head, and you know, he had the bangs, but he was chubby and Indian, so like, you know, he would wear the eyeliner, and I would always say he just looked like a Filipino lesbian. So that's like his nickname now. Whenever it shows up
crazy.
on my phone.
He put the eyeliner on.
Yeah.
too? I put the eyeliner on a couple times, and I was like, nah.
It's too much work. It's too much effort.
It wasn't even that. Like I was still I wasn't trying to go that deep in because I was still skateboarding, you know. So that was like where I could have the hair like that and it was okay. you know.
Right.
But yeah, to
Yeah.
go full eyeliner.
It was
yeah.
too much.
And I never got like the Hot Topic like pants with 1,000 belts on them.
Oh, I didn't do the 1,000 belts, but I did the rhinestone belt.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't do the rhinestone belt, but I did a white belt
Okay.
on black tight jeans a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say though, I feel like whenever you see an older person, maybe like in their 30s or 40s, who has like a neck twitch, I'm like, that kid was a fucking emo kid.
Why?
Because you're always getting the bangs
Oh
out of your eye.
yeah, I would flip the hair out of my eyes a lot.
I still do it too. Like unconsciously, I'll just be like that. And I got nothing. It's all fucking going away.
Hell yeah.
But all right, this was a fun episode. Thanks so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks, dude. And then Eric, thank you so much for keeping me on my toes and putting me in my place.
All right. That's what I'm here for.
And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks.
Later.
Bye.
Cool.
Dude, this is fun, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Now I got to look up emo shows.